Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, on to get us started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. Keneduagu now out of his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Side taken in by Jefferson. Finding space at the 40. Down the left sideline. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They run the counter with Cook. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage and mixed traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Cousins on 3rd and 2. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
4th down, Cousins. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Now Cousins. This one brought in by Jefferson. Touchdown, Vikings! Kirk Cousins on the connection to Justin Jefferson. And the Vikings are on the board first here this afternoon. Greg Joseph on for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. 1st and 10 now for the Falcons, and Mariota
at their own 19-yard line. Throwing, Mariota. He's got his tight end, Anthony Ferkser. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. They'll run with a former Viking, Cordell Patterson. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Mariota now. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Mariota. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted.
picked off by Chandon Sullivan. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
That throw, Charles, in the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Vikings.
Justin Jefferson with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it, and when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
First and 10, it's Patterson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. On second down, a run with Patterson. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. All runs on this drive so far. It's first and 10. Here's Patterson again. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They'll try to throw now. Mariota. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, do a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
Great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Mariota to throw for it on 4th. He's got a man. It's Berkshire, the tight end. He's got room at the 30. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as the defense nowhere to be found there. A gain of 20 on 4th down. Mariota's throw caught by Bird here. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Now a first and 10 at the 11. Again, it's Mariota. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Cordero Patterson. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Falcons are back within a score. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7.
14. Falcons 7.
Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Cousins to throw it. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On the jet sweep, here comes Jefferson. Room here to run. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 22 as we take towards the 2-minute mark. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7. First down, here's Cousins. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
Now left side on the swing pass. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that will bring up second down. A shotgun handoff to Patterson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, Mariota. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to gallop the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. And complete to Drake London. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. Complete to Zacchaeus. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be second down. Now Mariota. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs. They'll throw again. Mariota. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Mariota now to throw on first down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
A second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game, but after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
On 3rd down, Mariota. Zacchaeus here hauling it in. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Now Mariota on 4th down. And he's got it. Touchdown, Falcons. Drake London as the first half is winding down. And the Falcons have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. That's caught at the 25. And he's in for the touchdown. Final player first. The prayer is answered. And they get that done. That's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. No, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there, and this will stay a 6-point ball game. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. Well, certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here, as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll give it to Patterson. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. To throw Mariota. Got a man. It's Patterson complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage, because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Got his man. It's London. He's got the first down and more. Touchdown! I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run in the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there. Koo now for the point after. And that one puts them on top here in the 3rd.
Makes the score Falcons 21, Vikings 20.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Play fake. Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Thielen with his first catch, and it's a 1st Throwing is Cousins. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
To Jefferson on the slant. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first. On the jet sweep, here comes Jefferson. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there, all 11 guys on defense, diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
2nd and 5 now. Cousins. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Here's Cousins. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It's been a tough go for him. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
Cousins to throw for it on 4th. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. This pass is caught by London. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. 16 yards right off the bat with a 1st down. Here's Mariota. His throw incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. To the air again, Mariota. He's got the tight end Furtzer right side complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the 1st down. Throwing is Mariota. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
A partner guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Osborne. He's across midfield and inside the 45. From Falcon territory now. Here's 1st and
lead. That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. Cousins now from the 50. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down.
And that's why defenders are often frustrated offensive guys. Actually made the catch, looked good doing it, but couldn't get his feet down in order to finish off the takeaway.
And he is going to pick up the Vikings' first down. And Canadian style right there. A big play on the 4th and 1. Lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10. Running the jet sweep. This is Thielen with it. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about his desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Control the line of scrimmage. Control it. Oh, we can see the goal line.
On 2nd and 12, Cousins. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter.
And touchdown and congratulations and 0 relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Yeah, part 1 is done, but now on the sideline, you already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more, but this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield, and when they see openings, take their shots.
Mariota's throw into the hands of Folkser here. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Mariota. Got a man. It's London. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Mariota. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
To throw, Mariota. Complete to Zacchaeus. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down. Now Mariota. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down. Mariota. That ball is caught. It's London for the Atlanta touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. So right back to square one. Tied at 28 as he kicks it away. Nwangu now from his end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Pushes past him. Kene Nwangu. And how about that return? As he's all the way inside the 20-yard line.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
Here's Cousins. Well, that's going to be caught. Touchdown. And they've broken our tie here in the final minute.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown. Late in the game, they look like they're in control. But still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready and the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together, make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. The offense coming back out here, plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Here's Mariota. He's going to let it go again. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down one. That extra point is not a gimme.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he returns this to the 22. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
Now Cousins.
And this is going to be intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT.
And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. And we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked by Cameron Bryan. And the Vikings are going to take possession here. It's a touchback. And they'll take it at the 20-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They, of course, tie game, would like to avoid overtime if they could.
And a lot of people would go ahead and play it safe here and get to overtime and try and win it there. But, you know, sitting up here in the booth,
take some gambles.
I say let's go for this thing, try and push it, and maybe catch the defense back on their heels a bit.
See if they do that.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And he will be taken down, and that means we are headed to overtime.
Four quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
So the Vikings going to get the first chance to possess the football as we are back underway here in overtime. Taken at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. All set up for him right now, Charles. Opening possession of overtime. They've got the football. They also obviously have this home crowd behind them in a big way.
They get that extra energy from them, but they've got to be careful not to let that adrenaline get away from them and play too fast or create errors of their own making. Use that energy, embrace it, but make sure they channel it the right way. They've got a chance to go downfield, score a touchdown, and end this game.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10.
Now an end around as Cousins had just popped this forward. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, second down.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Cousins over the middle, complete. It's Osborne. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 40. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Cousins gives way to Cook. And some room to roam now.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. And that is incomplete.
That would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
It's intercepted.
Picked up by Richie Grant. And the Falcons are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime. He had the interception woes in regulation, and now they carry over into overtime. And on the other side, CD, all they need is a field goal to win it.
I'm glad you pointed that out, Brandon, because he has not been sharp all game long. He's been rather loose with some of his passes, and this one might cost him the ball game.
What can Mariota do in the OT?
Gets this to Ferkser, the tight end.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Now Mariota. He's going to air one out. And this
this one is incomplete.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. It turns into an incompletion, and that should get him off the field with a 3 and out.
Sneak it. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a first down.
But when you do call quarterback sneak, you don't mind if your quarterback's a little bit on the vertically challenged side, do you? Because he's just going to hide behind his big guys up front and be able to surge forward and pick up the first down.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't... It's intercepted. Picked by Cameron Bynum. And the Vikings are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime. Boy, that's a tough one right there, CD. They fought back to tie it, to send it to overtime, had all the momentum, and then that interception.
That fighting spirit, those fighting plays that got them back into it, maybe a little too aggressive there, throwing the interception, and now they've opened the door to get beat by a field goal coming back the other way.
19 yards that time for number 19. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. Play action now. Cousins. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. 1 overtime. How about 2? We need another. We're still even. We'll switch sides and have that 2nd overtime in just a moment. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 70 yards rushing now for Cook, and this is a first down.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a bit.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. It's a 5-yard touchdown run. Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And I'm still on the edge of my seat for that one because when you have a score and it still comes down to one possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.